Buenos dias. Hola amigos, amigas. This is Kaipacho with the weekly Pele Report. It's an astrological forecast. This week is for the week of April 30th. The end of April, beginning of May. We are going into May, a new month. So this is maybe a little more than a week forecast. We're looking at some big things that are going on. There's always so much to talk about in these reports. I kind of have to narrow it down a little bit. Right now, the moon, yes, is in the sign of Gemini, and it moves into the sign of Cancer on Friday. Cancer hits Jupiter. We've been talking about that Grand Cross. Goes through Cancer and into Leo by Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday we have the moon square the sun, first quarter square. So we had that eclipse, and we've had this Grand Cross going on. We've peaked. There was this build-up and build-up and build-up from that lunar eclipse on the 15th, coming around, and the moon coming around, and we had the solar eclipse couple days ago, and now, and that Grand Cross came, into its peak on the 23rd. So, this is kind of like a whoosh. We'll see with the mantra, it's like after the cloudburst, after the storm. Yes, there's, kind of the sun comes out again. There's a clearing. So we've kind of come through the needle, the eye of the needle, and we're kind of coming into this clear space now a little bit. The new moon, eclipse or not eclipse, an eclipse is like a super new moon. It's a new beginning. It's time for a new start, and that new start goes for 6 months until we have these next set of eclipses in October. So this is kind of a clearing. It's kind of a new start. We have Venus coming out of dreamy, musical, subtle, psychic Pisces, and it's coming into, on Friday, it comes into Aries, and it's going to stay, in Aries for, about a month. It's going to be there until the 28th, and this creates what we call in astrology a mutual reception. A mutual reception is when Venus is in Aries, which is ruled by Mars, and Mars is in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. And we'll actually be coming into a Venus opposition to Mars in a couple of weeks. Next week, actually. I'll talk about that. But this mutual reception is going on really from Friday, when Venus goes into Aries, the whole time that the goddess, this feminine, beautiful goddess energy, is in the sign of the warrior. She's coming around, baby, until the 28th, and we've got the warrior, right, in the sign of the peacekeeping, balanced, mediator, non-confrontational Libra. It's kind of like we got some cross signals going on. And a mutual reception says it's an opportunity to learn some lessons. And we need to balance out these energies, not only between Aries and Libra, but Mars rules Scorpio and Venus rules Taurus. So in the natural horoscope, it's 1st and 7th house issues, Aries and Libra, and 2nd and 8th house issues, Taurus and Scorpio. And so we want to look at these, and we have to balance out these oppositions. And the tests deal with, yes, obviously for sure, the Aries Libra, 1st house, 7th house is I, me, my, self-concerns versus compromise and cooperation with my partner. So the tests or the challenges, the problems can arise with what? Self-centeredness within relationships. I come first. I need my needs met. Give me what I want, and then I'll give you what you want. I'll give you what, I think you need, or whatever. It's a self-centered, narcissistic approach to relationships will cause problems, issues, arguments, confrontations. And the other side of that then, right, this is this Venus and Aries that can get too caught up in itself. And the other side of that, with the Mars going through the sign of Libra, yeah, is just that we need to listen. And there can be this, the need is also to, like I've been saying for a few weeks now, is to speak your truth and assert yourself, but in a loving way. And the way that I found that works best is to talk about feelings instead of about judgments. It's just that I feel this way. And my feelings are feminine, they are lunar, they change, they morph like the moon. So what I'm saying now is it's just a feeling. It's not a law. It's not a fixed, rigid judgment structure that I'm going to hold against you or expect to, get from you from now on. This is what the eclipse brought up for me. This is what the moon, this is just what I'm feeling today, and I want to share myself and share my feelings to let them go. And it's as we let it go and as we let it out that new feelings can come up and take their place. So we have to, this is a time where if we don't express and we don't let go, let's look at the other opposition, Taurus, Scorpio. It's a fixed opposition. Yeah? And this gets, this gets into deeper waters. This gets into, things that we really hold on to. And that second house is when we have issues around our self-worth, around our value as a person. We can do weird things with our partnerships and our relationships. It can bring about envy, suspicion, jealousy, promiscuity. There's just this whole place where if I don't feel good about myself, I'm going to do, I need lots of attention, or I need lots of people's, focus on me so I can do weird things. And if I don't feel good or worthy or special, I'm going to figure that you don't think I'm worthy or special either, and you're probably going to be screwing around on me or whatever. So I'm jealous and I'm suspicious, and this creates, so, when we're not in our core, in our truth, in a place of self-acceptance and self-love, our relationships they go south. So this opposition, between the second house, and it's also then, too much not enough second house, not enough self-love or self-worth creates problems. And the opposite, is also, we want to balance out that 8th house, that Scorpio, that Plutonian energy, that is also having to do just in this place of humility, of trust, of surrender. And a lot of that comes through accepting other people's values. This is the 8th house. I can be different than you. You can need or want or value different things than me. And that doesn't mean that it has to be the end, or we can't live together or be together. We can adjust. We can respect each other as different, diverse human beings. I don't need you to become like me, and I'm not going to become like you. We can, merge, unite, love, and have this relationship without losing our core individual self. And this is what this whole new paradigm is about. It's realizing our unity and remaining in diversity. It's the paradox. So we're dealing with the paradox from Friday till the 28th of May, the whole month of May. Venus, Mars in mutual reception. We have another mutual reception, Saturn, Pluto. Much deeper, much longer. Goes from October of 2012, when Saturn went into Scorpio. And it stays there until Saturn leaves Scorpio in December of this year. So we've really been dealing with this whole Saturn in the sign of Pluto and Pluto in the sign of Saturn, which is Capricorn. And this deals again with powerful, deep authority issues and the need to be bigger and more of an authority and more truth and more strong. And I can crush or get angry, yeah, or have acts of revenge against other people. I mean, you know, it's very powerful when we are not in touch with our Saturn, with our authority, with our responsibility, with our integrity, and we just really face external people, authorities, institutions, teachers, bosses. We can feel intimidated or weak and then go with shadow, subterfuge, passive-aggressive forms of behavior. So we're all collectively clearing shadow from October of 12 to December of 14. That's a lot of shadow work. That's a lot of letting go. Wow. Yeah. So these are some of the things that are going on, you know, right now. And in the midst of that, what else? Mercury, marching through Taurus, is opposed to Saturn in Scorpio all week. Mercury opposite Saturn. And then on the 10th, next week, I'll talk about it a little more, the Sun is also in this opposition to Saturn. So we got the Sun-Mercury kind of dancing along together. Mercury's, you know, taking the lead here, opposing Saturn. And that is, you know, talk about shadow, talk about relationships, talk about communication. Mercury is communication. And when it's opposite Saturn, there is a tendency to polarize. There is a tendency to think in opposites. There's a tendency to think negatively, to see what's missing. The glass is half empty. I don't see what I've got. I don't appreciate what I've got. I don't really get into, yeah, you know, the state of positive appreciation as much as pointing or blaming or finding what's missing, what's wrong, what's lacking. Yeah. I gotta bring here Parche. Come here. Parche wants to say hi. Say hi to the camera in the Pele report. Here's black and white. Tend to see things in black and white with Parche. Yeah, he's a great cat. Anyway, where was I? You know, let's wrap it up here. The tendency here that it can come in. Even after the cloudburst, the eclipse, we have this burst of, you know, it feels like a new beginning. This is a new start. This is a, you know, and things are starting to roll again. They're really going to start rolling again on the 19th when Mars goes direct. But we've got a couple of, you know, we've got a few weeks here before the 19th where we're just kind of coming into, you know, all right, get ready. We're about to, you know, head out there and get going and get moving. And the pressure of what that Grand Cross has brought to us is now, and there's this kind of clearing and opening. And what happens after that clearing and opening is what? Doubt. Doubt is associated with the 45-degree aspect, yeah? Which is 0 degrees Aries to 15 degrees of Taurus. And the Sun and Mercury are coming around to this middle of Taurus. That semi-square is this place of I start out and then I go through Aries and I come into Taurus and I begin to question or doubt my impulse or my intuition or that new beginning or what was I thinking when I got into this. Beware of the demons of doubt these next couple of weeks, particularly as this Mercury-Saturn comes in. Don't let it sweep you away. Don't let it undermine this new intention and this new life and this new beginning. Yeah? So in this mantra today that I've got, I talk about letting go. And what I mean about letting go is letting go of doubt and worry. Worry is another one. Mercury rules Virgo, has to do with worry and butterflies in the stomach, and oh my God. Let go of the doubt. Let go of the worry. Release and breathe. Trusting life, nature. The sun comes out. How? So the mantra for this week is, after the cloud burst and torrential rains, the clouds disperse and the sun shines again. The rivers rise up and flow to the sea. The more I let go, the more I am free. You know, after a rain, it clears the air and it's crisp and clean, and the trees and the grasses and the flowers and the plants are all alive, and they just got a fresh water, and the birds are all happy and singing, and the rivers and the streams that were dry fill up again. This, this is the kind of energy that Grand Cross kind of brought in. Kaboosh! A cloud burst. And now, open your hearts, open your minds, open your life to the new, embrace the new. Been saying that for a while with this Grand Cross. It's going on. Let go of the doubt, the worry, the fear. Let go and let Spirit. After the cloud burst and torrential rains, the clouds disperse and the sun shines again. The rivers rise up and flow to the sea. The more I let go, the more I am free. Namaste. Aloha. So